Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of MCP, Model Context Protocol. It's become one of the most important concepts for people to understand when it comes to AI implementation. But if you're not an expert, you might feel a little bit behind. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what it is in plain English, how you can use it, and how to implement it to skyrocket productivity in any company. So here's what people leading the charge are realizing about AI assistants like Claude or ChatGPT. They are incredibly smart. They can write, they can analyze, they can summarize, but when it comes to actually doing something in your business systems, they're stuck. They can't pull data from your CRM. They can't update a ticket on Jira. They can't query your internal database. So they're like a brilliant new hire who knows everything but has no login credential to actually do stuff across your systems. Right now, AI is all talk, no action. And that is the gap MCP was built to close. Think of it like the USB for AI. Before USB, every device had a different cable. Phones, cameras, laptops, all incompatible. That sucked. USB gave one universal standard. MCP does the same thing for AI. It's an open protocol developed by Anthropic that creates a universal way for AI to connect to any tools, to any database, to any system. Another way to think about it, imagine a coffee shop. The AI app is the customer. It walks in and asks, hey, what can you make me? And the MCP server is the barista, and it knows the menu, it knows how to make the drinks, and it responds, well, I can make you a latte, an espresso, or I can even pull your latest sales report from Salesforce. So that is the relationship. The customer asks, the barista delivers. And the beauty of MCP is that Claude, ChatGPT, Cursor, they already have a customer built in. They are ready to order. And what's missing is the barista, the MCP server that connects and makes coffee into all of your systems. Now, if you ever need to explain MCP to your CIO, here's what you need to know about how it actually works. MCP servers are made of three main key pieces. Number one, there's the server itself. This is a wrapper that exposes a system to AI. So you might have a Salesforce MCP server, a Jira MCP server. Now there are more than 18,000 servers out there that you can just connect to. Number two, there are tools. These are the actions that the AI can take through your MCP servers. Things like create a lead, search a contact, update a ticket. And three, there are tool descriptions. These tell the AI when and how to use each tool. The AI reads these descriptions and decides by itself which tool best fits the task, best fits the request. No more coding required, no more workflow required, just very well structured MCP and an agent that can help itself through the different descriptions. Now, there's more under the hood. Things like parameters, resources, prompt templates, and even something called solicitation that lets the AI ask, for example, clarifying question mid-task to make sure it delivers well. But we'll post a more technical video onto these different elements to deep dive into all of the aspects of an MCP server. Now, all this doesn't really matter if you don't know how and where to use MCP servers. Here's what most people don't realize. About 90% of MCP servers today are used internally. So it means companies that connect their AI assistant to all of their systems. Salesforce, Jira, internal databases, and even custom APIs. It's about making AI useful inside company walls. But there's an emerging trend worth watching. Some companies are starting to expose publicly their MCP servers externally, so customers can interact with their services directly within the customer's own ChatGPT and Claude, which is amazing. Let me give you one personal experience. As a founder, I'm constantly in customer calls, and I used to take notes, translate the insights into strategy for roadmap, or even a PRD for the key feature that a customer needs. It used to take me about 30 minutes per call. Now, after a call where I hear something interesting, I ask Claude to pull a transcript from Granola. From that single conversation, I get a summary of the key insights I wanted to spot, and I put them straight into my Notion. And then I ask on that specific feature, please create a draft and a specific PRD to be pushed directly on Linear. So imagine three systems that I used to switch before: Granola, Notion, Linear, that used to be siloed, now connected in one single conversation. No more copy pasting, no more context loss. It's 5 minutes instead of 30 minutes workflow, and that is MCP. So how do you actually implement this? Here's the reality. Building an MCP prototype is surprisingly straightforward, especially for one user. You can spin it up in a weekend. The challenge is to make it production ready at the scale of a company. Production requires authentication. Who is allowed to connect? It requires permissions. Which tools can this user access? And you need audit logs. What actions were taken, when, by whom? And you also need security screening to make sure AI can't be tricked into doing something it shouldn't. This is where most teams get stuck. The prototype works super easy, the demo is amazing, but then the path to production takes weeks, sometimes even months, behind engineering work and product backlog. That is exactly why platforms like Augment exist. Instead of building all these different bricks, you can connect your APIs, your databases, or just input your business logic, and Augment handles the authentication, the permissioning, the audit trails, the analytics, all the compliance out of the box. Think of it this way. You can focus on what your MCP should do, input the business logic, and the platform handles the rest. It handles how to make it secure and production ready. So let me bring this together for you. MCP is the protocol that finally lets AI assistants take real action in all your business systems. It's the missing layer between AI that chats to AI that works. And now you can explain it. You know what MCP is, and you know what to tell your boss when they ask, hey, how do we deploy AI? The answer is AI assistants that are securely connected to all your internal business systems via MCP. AI that doesn't just chat, but actually takes action, reduces all your workflows down to just minutes. Subscribe to this channel. We'll be dropping a video in the next few days breaking down the top ways companies are using MCP right now and the results they're seeing. Thank you and stay tuned.